Look at this. Oh my god. Oh my god, look at all
Yeah.
this.
This is what I'm talking about.
Tim, make it right
Too
there.
many?
But no,
No.
never too many with you. We'll make this happen,
I
trust
think
me.
we need the Pellegrino.
Yeah, the Pellegrino will take, but we'll take that. Water can go, you know. Look at this.
Yeah, these are the two we're featuring this week, these two.
Unbelievable. All right, so Chef Tim Kelly, step right here, my friend. Step right back over the way. Chef Tim Kelly, Chapel Grove and Cranston. Thank you.
Great
And
to see
Tim,
you.
it was tough because, again, he has a busy weekend coming up. I bribed him to come out here and told him that he had to. I've known Chef Kelly for a very long time, since we were both kids, is what I'd like to call it. He started out in Providence. You've been in some of the greatest restaurants in Rhode Island to be out there, and you've been a long-time person now over Chapel Grove.
I think I'm the atypical. I've been in two.
Two, yes. Two great restaurants, but the other great restaurant we won't talk about, this restaurant that you're at now, you've been there since before it opened.
I was in the development phase of it 3 years out, so
Right.
I've been there since it was rubble and birds and stone.
Yeah, really,
So
you have.
that-
And you
yeah.
were developing all this for a long time. So Tim is a dynamic chef, and wine has always been important to him, and one of the things I learned about when I first met him is how he pairs these things up to do this and what he thinks about his menu. But we got to talk about these dishes because these are absolutely gorgeous. Let's talk about what you brought here first.
Oh, sure. Let's start with new stuff, seasonal. We tweak our menu 3 or 4 times a year. It's kind of a progression thing. We print everything in-house, including the wine list, so we have that ability to
Excellent.
just change as we feel like it. Roasted beets, watermelon, feta cheese, spiced walnuts,
Look at that.
arugula, and just a little watermelon radish for garnish on that one.
Beautiful.
That's a nice summer salad. Our beef carpaccio, kind of a staple item with us. Truffle toast, arugula, shaved parmesan, and then I kind of go with a steak tartare-ish type flavor profile, chopped egg, capers, onion, and then a little truffle oil.
God, see, I'm already starving for dinner now. Now I'm going nuts. All right, and then what do we got this one right here?
This is our
Blue cheese is like calling you
It's a
right
beef
now.
short rib. Asparagus is in season, a little saute with tomatoes. This is a corn polenta, so polenta with fresh corn in it, which we're a little early for that, but this will
Oh
run
my
through
God,
summer.
it's gorgeous.
And then the beef is braised actually with, this is a little plug, but it's braised in Sam Summer.
Really?
Yeah.
That's unreal.
A lot of vegetables. I puree the vegetables into the sauce. That's what gives it the thickness in the body, no roux or anything like that.
So,
Nice and clean.
and this is one of the things that Tim has always
So-
astounded me with is that his design, your thought process that goes into this is just unbelievable. And I've been addicted to his food since I've met him. So this is gorgeous. Thank you very much. Now I'm starving and absolutely want to devour all of this. Chapel Grill. Let's talk a little bit about that because Chapel
Sure.
Grill has already won Wine Spectator wine list. You're one of those few gems, if you want to call it again, that's in Cranston. You're in Cranston in a plaza that your founder and owner has developed, the Chapel View.
Yeah, Mr. Carpianato had the vision, back in the late 90s, saw this empty property, knew what he wanted it to be, and it's come to fruition. Chapel Grill, obviously, the chapel building from the Bad Boys School
Right,
from back
and
when.
that's the funny history behind it, right?
So we just took that thing and put a 180 of spirit into it, went from what it was to what we have now, which is a 400-seat, multi-faceted venue with big bars and...
Right, and your bars. I mean, your bars have got the cathedral ceilings that go way up out there.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
The alfresco dining in Cranston. Again, you've got alfresco dining where if you're sitting out there, especially at night, you've got this gorgeous view of the skyline of Providence. That all
Exactly, and our
comes out
Skyline Terrace, which is a 4-season terrace,
there. Right.
opens up, Lee-Bart roof, meaning the whole thing opens up. You sit there and, you get a shot of the Providence skyline. And we offer basically 4 different dining experiences
Right.
within the same building because you have the Skyline Terrace, which just gives you that al fresco feel. We have al fresco out in the patio with big fireplace.
Exactly.
And then we have the Cathedral Bar, which, like you said, is 80 feet of
And it's a
ceiling.
beautiful bar. I mean, that bar alone is a comfortable experience to go in and do. So, from the education of National Wine Day, going back to that because I got enthralled with the food here for a second, is that you guys have taken that time for a restaurant, again, in the suburbs, for, argument's sake, to develop this wine list that complements everything. How many bottles of wine are on that list there?
We hold 250 bottles on the list. We're pretty good about we're very good actually about keeping consistent as far as always having them. Like I said, like with the
Right.
printing, if something.
You can rotate
we
things
can
in and
ro-
out, yeah.
We can take things off on a whim. You know, we hold about 2,500 bottles. It's a conservative number, but that's
Jeez.
what we hold.
That's a
and,
good seller, 2,500
you know,
bottles.
Hopefully, more at the beginning of the week and less at the end of the week.
Exactly,
That's what we're
exactly.
after. We keep it comprehensive because we want to be all things to all people relative to the food experience as well as the wine experience.
Right. Well,
So-
and you have a person on staff that's kind of their responsibility, right?
Jennifer Natupsky runs our beverage program, and she interfaces with the reps and wine, you know, vineyards, and she's into it.
But yeah, she's awesome. She's like me. She's a wino. But she trains your staff. I mean, she's the person that's out there making sure the staff is knowledgeable and understanding what's going on to be able to pair with your dishes. You said you had some of these that are new ones that you're featuring out here?
Well,
So-
we're always featuring wines by the bottle, and we always have up to 30 by the glass.
30
Always.
wines by the glass. You can go to
Always.
Cranston, to Chapel Grove, and get 30 wines by the glass. That's amazing.
At a very, very good price point.
See, that's awesome.
Right now, we're featuring this butter Chardonnay, California.
Butter right up my alley, yep.
Okay, that would pair well with that salad there, brilliantly.
And he knows what to pair with.
This jam Cabernet
Yep.
will pair brilliantly
With the short
with
rib?
the short rib or the Carpaccio,
Yeah.
as would this
rosé.
this rosé, which I know nothing about. I'm just going to tell you, I know nothing about. I'd have to read.
But rosés
This
can,
was
rosé can
gonna
actually
be on
go,
the way out the door.
the rosé can actually go with the salad, or it can actually go
With the Carpaccio.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
So 250 bottles on the list, though. So this is one of the things to talk about going back to the hospitality and celebrating National Wine Day is that these lists at these places are all over the place. And tomorrow we'll have something that's coming out talking about lists from some great places throughout Rhode Island to highlight so that people can really look into this. Wine is not a thing that's enjoyable on any given day. It's enjoyable all year long. So to me, although National Wine Day is tomorrow, I celebrate it as often as I possibly can in drinking it. So, Chef, one of the things I want to ask you before we let you go, because I know you got to get back and get on the line, is from your perspective, and let's talk, put the National Wine Day aside for a second. Your menu, like you said, you can print up the menus, it's ever changing, you keep the seasonal stuff. What would you say there's one or two things that come in that people shouldn't miss? Whether it's the pizzas or what would you say
Should
from
not
your
miss on our
perspective?
menu. Oh, I'm a chicken guy, so I'm a little different. I just put this grilled half chicken on the menu. It's kind of a take on a chicken Caesar. It's a marinated half chicken with kale Caesar and croutons. The Italian buns.
The Italian buns.
I put that on almost as kind of a fun thing on our first menu, hot Italian buns. It's kind of a take
Get
on
outta here.
like a dim sum steam bun.
Yeah.
It's basically the best meatball grinder you're ever have in your life. It's a meatball encased in focaccia dough and baked. I mean, it sounds like the simplest thing, but people go crazy over these things.
So not only can you go celebrate their wine list there, you've got a very talented chef that has done wonderful things for Cranston to put Cranston on the map from a dining and culinary perspective. So, Chef, I really, really appreciate you coming in today and taking the time. I know it was a lot
You
for you
bet.
to move it out there. And if you're going to Chapel Grove in Cranston, make sure you ask for the chef because I'm sure he'll stop out to say hi.
One thing
But-
that's super important. Can I
Yep,
throw something in?
absolutely.
I have to say this. Our entire wine list is half price on Monday nights.
On Monday night.
Entire. Let me.
So 250
I won't tell
bottles.
you what's on it, but entire.
So $250, you can get half price on Monday
Half
nights.
price on Monday night.
So if you see
Entire.
my check-in on Monday, you know where I am, you'll understand why. But this is fantastic. Thank you for making the time. Dishes look amazing. I'm sure I'm going to take a bite or two